All right. Good morning, people. My beautiful people. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. You're having coffee with Miss Coco. This is me in the flesh. Okay. And I'm going to take my first sip. You see what it is. You hear what it is. You see what it is. That's the sound of a good brew. All right. So I'm back. I'm feeling a little better. I hope you're doing well. Like I said before, I hope you're feeling a little better if you were going through something, and I hope life is getting better for you. So, let's just talk. Let's just have a vibe. You're having a cup of coffee with me. You're sharing your morning with me. I really appreciate that. If you like what you see, if you like what you're hearing, then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And also make sure you tap that notification bell for any upcoming videos that I may have in the future if you are interested and would like to see for your viewing pleasure. All right, because it is my pleasure to serve you. And so, if you would like to be a part of my team, then look, that's what you have to do. I mean, you don't have to do it. You can do what you want to do. But look, it will be in your best interest. It will be in both of our best interests if you just do those things. But either way, it's all love over here. So if you do none of the things and you just view, look, I appreciate that, because sometimes in life, it's the little things that count, all right? And we can't sweat the small stuff. So I just want to tell you something. We all have our ups and downs, and everybody goes through things differently. But I just want to tell you that when it comes to the way I practice my faith, yes, I am unorthodox. Yes, I probably wouldn't do everything the way that you do it. I'm talking to those who are believers when it comes to Christianity, when it comes to being a Christian. The way I practice my faith, you might not agree with everything that I do, but nevertheless, it is my responsibility when it comes to my actions and when it comes to my salvation to search my salvation with my own fear and trembling, right? That is what the Bible says. Look it up, look it up, look it up. Google it, look it up, whatever you want to do. Don't take just word for it. Who is Coffee with Miss Coco? Who is Miss Coco? Miss Coco is me. That is a persona, but that is not my name. My name is Jessica. You can call me Jess. You can call me whatever you like. Just make sure you do it with respect, because respect is not given, it's earned. You want respect. I want respect. We both want respect. We have to respect each other. It cannot be unrequited. Okay, it has to be reciprocal. All right, you give out what you want to get back, and I'm willing to do the same. So, not to go down the rabbit hole, I would just like to say that yes, let's stick to the topic of when it comes to one of the aspects and how I practice my faith. I just want to put it out there. I don't care how sad I get. I don't care how dark my days may seem to me. I want you to understand that there will never be a day where you see anything of the sorts relating to Jessica, where it was said that she took herself out, all right? That she took her own life, okay? No, 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 no. Whoever wrote that note, okay, that was not Jessica, all right? Challenge that. If you love me, challenge that. Jessica did not write that note, all right? Jessica did not write that note stating why she took her life, because Jessica didn't take her life, okay? Jessica couldn't write a note because like that. Jessica couldn't write a note like that because Jessica would never do such a thing, okay? Jessica would not do that. Challenge that. That's what people need to do. If you know that there are certain characteristics about you that are just not that, state it. Let it be known. So if something happened to you, look, the people, and when we talk about the people, we're talking about the people that love you, the people that know you, the people that are close to you, connected to you, that support you, all right? They need to know the things that you would do and the things that you wouldn't do, okay? So when it comes to me, that is the thing that I would not do. I would not do such a thing. I don't care how low it would get, because I'm not perfect. I don't do everything right, but for me, that's an atrocity, okay? I wouldn't do such a thing. Who am I that when I don't have control over my life and I feel like it's in shambles, I want to take it into my own hands and do such a thing? No, I'm not going to do that, okay? So, like I said before, if they said I went out in such a way where I took my own life, I want you to challenge that, okay? Because that is just not a thing over here. That is not a thing where they do that at, because they don't do that over here. In Jessica's world, no. We do not accept such things, okay? Another thing, if something happens to me and you get the autopsy back, and they said I had fireworks in my system. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to fireworks. I'm talking about anything illicit. Anything illicit. And illicit, the word that rhymes with hugs, all right, starts with the letter D. Any illicit words that rhyme, word that rhymes with the letter, words that start with the letter D and rhymes with the word hugs, okay? If they say I have anything illicit of that sort in my bloodstream, challenge it, okay? Because that's another thing that's not a thing over here. I'm an adult, you know. Every now and then, you know, we pick our poisons. We have our moments, okay? But those are not vices that I will engage in. I have never done anything illicit, and I don't see me in the future doing anything illicit of that sort when it comes to the word that rhymes with hugs. I don't do that, okay? Now, when it comes to, you know, they say the little stuff that grow out the ground and stuff, the stuff that grow out there. And I'm not talking about what man make and then turn into a powder and stuff, because then that's illicit, okay? It's illicit. It may come from earth, but then man manipulated and now it's something else, okay? Now it starts to see, we getting deep. Now it starts with an N. NARS. Narc. All right? Jessica's not here for that. Jessica's not here for that. Now, for those who out there who live in the 25 to 27 states where you are, you know, you engage, you have your recreational activity where, you know, you're smoking your trees or whatever. Look, I don't see that as illicit. I don't see that as a word that rhymes with the word hugs. I don't see that as the word that rhymes with hugs. I don't see it as that, okay? But I also don't think that it's for everybody, and that is not something that I engage in. I don't think it's a bad thing. People who do that, people who do that in the 25 to 27 states where it's legal. Okay, we talking about the trees, we talking about the green, we talking about Mary J. That's what we talking about. Okay, that. I don't see nothing wrong with people who do that. What I have a problem with is when you don't use moderation. Okay, when you come to work high. Okay, that's what I have a problem with. When you can't take care of your family, and or when people can't decipher whether you're one joint or blunt away from being a crackhead. That's what I have a problem with, okay? I don't have a problem with people doing that, okay? When it comes to, that's what they do. I don't have a problem with it. I can't say that enough. I don't want to beat with a dead horse. But like I said, I don't think it's for everybody. I think it's something that you can do in moderation. People say you can't get hooked off of that. I beg to differ, okay, because like I said, it's not for everybody. And you can say that nobody can get hooked off of that, okay, but then when they're one breath away, because that's enough. You get my stance on it. But what I'm saying is, I have a problem with the other stuff. I have a problem with the other stuff. Don't come around me if you do the other stuff. If you want to do pills and potions, look, that's your choice. That's your prerogative. But don't come around me doing that. Cause I'm like negative Andre 3000 when it comes to that. Okay? I don't have time for it. I have a lot of time for a lot of things, but that's not one of the things that I have time for. I don't have time for the trisexuals who say, oh, I just did it once. Well, then you can do it once over there. Okay, you can do it once over there, and don't come over here with that once in a lifetime, because it's about to be a lifetime movie over here, because you're not understanding when I say I have a negative zero talk. I don't care. And then it gets sketchy. Oh, well, I don't do illicit word that rhymes with hugs, but my friends do it. Everybody do it around you except you. Stop playing with me. All right. I don't have time for mind games. Like I keep saying, I don't have time for the mind games. Okay? Because you don't want me to start playing mind games. Because we're going to be in here playing Minesweeper. All right? Don't play with me. Okay? The worst thing a crackhead could do is try to play mind games with somebody who don't do the word that rhyme with hugs. That's the worst thing a addict or a crackhead, they both the same, whatever. You can say it's levels to this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the worst, stupidest thing a addict could try to do is play mind games with somebody who's sober minded. Okay, but if that's what you would like to do, that's what you would like to do. Okay. So, like I said before, you in the 25 to 27 states, you have moderation, you have control, you handle your business, you not showing up to work high, you not hot boxing your car, you not a breath away or a joint or a blunt away from being a crackhead. Okay, then fine. I don't have no problem with people like you. But if you not handling your business and people can't really tell what you want, even though you say you just do that, then that's what I have a problem with. You know, if you have a little cigar every now and then, you know. And men who smoke cigar, look, you a man. I'm not finna knock no man who smoke, cause look, a lot of men smoke. That's what men do. They smoke cigars, cigarettes, have a 6-pack, you know, when they get off of work or whatever. But again, moderation. Are you one corona away from being alcoholic? All right. Are you one cigar away from us having to take you to the hospital and then we get that report back finding out something wrong with your lungs? And now you're trying to make real hardcore life decisions. Okay? Because you can't breathe and you have other stuff going on. And now we have to figure out, based on your life decisions, are you going to hospice or not? You know, moderation. That's all I'm saying. You know, moderation. That's all I'm saying, moderation. So, women who drink wine, look, I don't mind having a glass of wine and everything, but you know, I'm a little traditional. I think I'm a lot of traditional. That daytime wine drinking stuff, no. And I don't like wine that's in the little box and then it got the little top on it and then you pour it. That looks so cheap to me. That is like, you don't really care what is in, you just know you gotta have it. Like, girl, bye. Go sit down somewhere. You need to hang that up. Cause that chapter for you needs to be closed. Cause if you at the point, that's my opinion. If you at the point where you drinking it out of it, girl, what are you doing? This you right here, the box. Look, this you is daytime. You already. You don't care what it's in. It could be in anything. You just know you have to have it. Girl, bye. Get out of here. I don't mind having a little glass of wine every now and then, but again, moderation. If your life like not together, look, we don't have time for wine right now because life is not fine. You want fine dining, you want a glass of wine, look, we don't have time for wine right now. All right? So, that's really all that I have to say on that note. But yeah, you know, I have zero tolerance for certain things, and then the things that I do have a tolerance for, I pick my poison and I do it in moderation. You know, I'm an adult, but there are some things it doesn't matter if I'm an adult or not, which I am an adult. But just because I'm an adult, that doesn't mean it's okay. Just because I'm an adult, that don't mean I'm finna be in the bathroom in the morning with a credit card and a mirror and a mirror. You know what I'm talking about? Right. Because see, if we were really adults, then we will be making more mature decisions. There's a lot of people who are adults, and then they cutting off the antennas off of their TV and all that garbage, right? You finding copper and all that garbage behind their stove and stuff. They supposed to be cleaning out pots and pans. They using the Brillo pad for something else, right? All right then. So just because you an adult, that don't mean you mature. That don't mean you not making foolish decisions. That don't mean that you just automatically have discernment. That don't mean that you're not out there, walking in a path where you ruining your life. All right, just because you're an adult, you have the right to just do whatever you want to do. You can't do whatever you want to do. All right. You know who wants you to feel like you can do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. No, you do the will of God the best you can. And I say that the best you can because you're human and you're not perfect. You're born in sin. You're going to make mistakes. But I don't believe that you just go out in the world and do whatever you want to do. People who do whatever they want to do all the time. That's their motto. They do whatever they want to do. They don't really care about anybody else but themselves. Almost in the sense of you created yourself. You ain't create yourself. You didn't create yourself. You have a creator. You can walk in your purpose. That's what you can do. But I have to understand that there are people out there, maybe their purpose is to ruin other people's lives. And I will tell you from experience that when you go out in the world, you will see that everybody has a gift. Everybody. I have a gift. You might have more than one gift. We all have gifts. God has given us gifts. All right? And the way that we stir up the gift, that is on us. Yes. Now you do what you want to do, but when you do what you do, your desires need to fall into the will of God. Because you're not going to get blessed the right way that you need to get blessed when you do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you can do what you want to do. But your steps are ordered by the Lord. You have your own plans about what you're going to do. But at the end of the day, like the Bible says, your steps are ordered by the Lord. And God knows the plans that he has for you, even though you told yourself when you woke up this morning that you're going to do what you're going to do. You're going to do what you want to do. And so I had to have the understanding that there are people out in this world that we all have gifts. Like I said before, you have a gift. I have a gift. You might have more than one gift. I have more than one gift. God gives us many gifts. And everybody has a gift. The good people have gifts. The bad people have gifts. But at the end of the day, my belief is that we should have the understanding of who is the giver. You can think that somebody else, the ruler of this earth, is the giver all you want to. Okay? But that's the reason why that principality is in the position that they're in now. Yes, they rule over certain things, certain aspects, especially when it comes to this world, but they're fallen and they're lost and they're selfish and they don't care about you. They're just a good manipulator to make you feel like you're wanted. But their agenda at the end of the day is to kill you, to steal from you everything that God is trying to bless you with, everything that God is trying to give you, and destroy everything about you that is of essence, that is of purity, that is of good, that is of light. And so if you go out in this world and you want to do what you want to do, all you're doing is helping you know who to take you out. His only agenda is to catch them bodies. All right? Catch them bodies. So he can snatch them souls. And you falling for it, waking up in the morning talking about, I'm going to do what I want to do. You're going to do what you want to do until you can't anymore. So that's really all that I can say. I'm just rambling. We sitting up here having a cup of coffee. I wish you was sitting right here with me. I wish you was sitting right here with me. And we could just talk and, we could just chat it up. I have other things that I would like to talk about, but I think I'm going to save that for the shook talks that I have coming up. Because I'm going to be a little more snazzy. And I want to look a little more jazzy when I'm telling you the things that I need to tell you when we have this talk, when we have those meetings. And I hope you show up, all right? It's all love. It's all love. So, another thing that I want to put out there is that life is aging me in good ways and not so good ways. But I tell you what, I would not let age me, all right, is negative things that I can control to keep from having an effect on me. And these men, some of these men. Now, I love men, okay? They're a gift. They're a gift. They're a gift. Let me tell you something. You go outside every day, you see you're a good man. Your eyes, look, your eyes, God did something for you right there. You better say thank you. But I'm not talking about the good men that God gives your eyes an opportunity to see, or you have a relationship with them. I'm talking about platonic. I'm talking about in the workplace. If it's intimate, I hope for you that it is under the right principles, but we may not have the same views. So, I can't tell you what to do or how to live your life. You just do what is best for you, because who am I to really give out love advice? Love advice that I give out is mainly based on the things that I didn't do right, okay? So take that with a grain of salt and understand that a lot of advice that I give out on love and relationships is, like I said, based on what I didn't do right. I'm not going to tell you a lot of things based on what I did do right, okay? Because I'm probably not a candidate for that right now. But there are people who won't admit that, and I'm admitting that. But I'm talking about the ones who are garbage, okay? They're garbage. You're not finna age me. These garbage men, they not finna age me. Life is aging me enough as it is with everything that I have going on, with everything that I have to do. I'm not finna let these garbage men age me, all right? I'm not. What do you mean about what do you mean by that, Jess? I mean me competing, them trying to dangle younger women in front of me so I can go wear outfits that don't fit my age or try to be something that I'm not. No, you're not finna age me. You're not finna put me and let me fall into and be possessed by a jealous spirit because you're insecure and you're not self-assured. So you want to go be with whoever you're going to be with to go try to blow up your ego like a little dollar store balloon. If that's what you want to do, then you go ahead and do it. I'm going to dress my age. I'm not finna dress like no little child because I don't want to be dealing with no sicko. Okay? What's another thing? Sex. Jess, you said the other word and you was rhyming it with other words, but then you just straight out say that Sex is sacred for me. I know that people in the world try to make it not be this thing where it's just whatever because you can use a condom and you can protect yourself from getting pregnant and all that jazz. But see, you think you're playing a game. And I'm telling you that, like I said before, life is not a game. This is real life. But if one was to play it like it is a game, you better know how to play it. I know I said something of that to that effect, but this is not a game. God did not make sex so you could just go out there and get your rocks off. Okay, then you end up being with somebody and then you didn't know it because you didn't do it the right way. You end up being with somebody that's on the pop rocks. And then you want to get mad at God because you didn't follow the directions that God was telling you to do in the first place. You sitting up here doing all this and out in the world in the streets. You know, you dealing with daddy long leg and stuff. You dealing with whoever you dealing with. Now you want to get mad at God. No, get mad at yourself because you didn't listen. You wanted what you wanted to do. You wanted to go out there and do what you wanted to do. All right? Now you're in the situation that you're in now. You want to know how I know this? That you want to know how? Because I know this because of experience. You know, I was out there in the world doing what I wanted to do, and then I had to pay the price. You know, you could pay a price to be a lot of things. You can pay the price to be in misery and have all type of company around you that don't serve you, and you can pay the price to be the boss. And right now, I'm putting down payments, deposits, and everything to be the boss because I had to pay the cost because in a previous life, I was out there making stupid decisions. I was out there making stupid decisions. And so now I'm not trying to make stupid decisions. So, and I'm trying to put you on game. If only you would listen. But you don't have to listen. You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. Now, you're going to make mistakes in life. You're going to mess up because you're human. And you were born in sin and you're not perfect. You're not God. You're going to make mistakes. But you should always try to strive to do what God wants you to do. And if God is speaking to you and you can hear, you know, you better listen if you have a chance. Because you don't want to get into a position one day where you wake up and your heart is so hardened that you don't even want to listen to what God is saying anymore. But at that point, when your heart is hardened, God is not even speaking to you anymore, because when your heart is hardened, you know, you can't even feel. You can't even listen. You have no feeling when it comes to the things of God and the desires that He has for you and the steps that He wants you to follow and go. You get to that point, God is not even speaking to you anyway. All right? Because why would He waste His time, His breath, everything about Him on you when you're going to do what you want to do anyway? So I hope it doesn't get to a point where it's too late. But yeah, sex is sacred, and some people act like God didn't make sex, that God don't know anything about sex, all right, or being sexy, right? You think Christians are boring? Look, people of faith, not just Christians, people of faith, they have kids. And yes, marriage is not about falling. Well, one, you fall in love, that's a little fake to me. Either you gonna love somebody or you're not. Because you fall in love, what are you on, drugs? Well, oh, she said it. Well, falling in love, you know, that saying, it's just gonna wear off. Either you love somebody or you don't. You fall in love. You're falling in love with the idea of falling in love. So you're falling in love is you saying, do I love somebody or not? I really don't know, but I like the idea of it. Okay, no, we don't have time to play games and be in la la land and be messing with fantasies, okay? But when you don't like commitments, when you don't look at marriage as duty, you just want somebody to take care of you, and you just care about what they look like and what they can do for you in the bedroom, which is all vain, and over time it's just going to dwindle down to nails or nothing, and it's probably going to be 6 minutes. So you think you're going to be 70, 80 years old still spending an hour, 2 hours, and if you in the bedroom for 3 hours, you a champ. You a champ. That stamina is strong, okay? You a champ. But you think you're going to be 70, 80 years old, still in the bedroom, running through all those rounds, and you still going to look at that as love, okay? We got gray hairs, wrinkles, stuff not working, pipes leaking, everything falling apart. You still just get out of here. Get out of here. Y'all living in la la land. Living in la la land. If that is what love is about for you, then you got off by that. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Because you don't know what love is. Love is not a fantasy. Love is unconditional, but it's not unconditional to the point where I'm supposed to deal with stuff with you that are toxic and unrealistic. You don't want to get your stuff together, but I'm supposed to put up with it because I'm a Christian woman and I'm supposed to have unconditional love, right? You need to figure out what love is and love yourself before you start asking somebody else to love you, okay? Because you don't know what love is, okay? So to think, like I said, to think that God don't know what sex is when he created sex, stupid. All right, to think that he don't know what it takes for you to, be turned on, to be aroused. He created it. He created it. Even if you look at the letters S3X, they all mean something symbolically on a spiritual level. But you just look at it as, getting it in, getting you some. You gotta go find some. See, you wouldn't have to go find it if it was right for you. I gotta go find me some sex. You wouldn't have to go find sex if it was right for you. And you wouldn't have to keep finding, because maybe some of y'all have a lot of options. You get up in the morning or you get up at night, whatever you do, you picking up people at night, whatever you do, you have a lot of options. You have a lot of, you have a catalog. You wouldn't have to keep finding it, okay? Because obviously you have all these options, but you're still lonely. You're still not fulfilled. You're getting this, but then you don't have a decent meal. You're getting this, but then you're still sleeping by yourself at night. You're getting that, but then you still don't know what you're going to do with yourself emotionally, okay? You're empty, but you have all these options, all right? Something's wrong with the picture, okay? Because you're not understanding who made, that's another gift, sex, okay? You're not understanding who made such a thing. You don't want nothing to do with God. That's another thing what's wrong with y'all people. You don't want nothing to do with God. You like, God, just give me the sex. God, stay over there. Just give me the sex. I want you to give me the little box. All right. You just stay over there. I'm going to do my thing. Don't come over here. God's like, okay, but I'm the one who created it. You don't want nothing to do with me. But then you want her or him to be everything. Okay. All right. All right. Well, then when they ruin your life, all right, I want you, that's what God's like. Well, when they ruin your life after you get through doing the thing that I created that you don't want nothing to do with me about, then you stay over there just like you told me to stay over there. Really, God's not like that, but he can be. Sometimes I think he has moments where he can be like that sometimes. But I think a lot of y'all think God is like stay over there all the time because y'all like that with people. You tell people to stay over there all the time and you only want them to come in your presence when you need something. But God's not like that. You can always come back home. But it does disappoint him when you just take things from him, especially things that he created and want to give to you and for you to enjoy. But he wants you to enjoy it in the right way. Not the way that you want to enjoy it because you're just going to fail every time. In the beginning, you're going to think you're winning. But then there's lemons, right? And then some of you don't know how to turn those lemons into lemonade, all right? You may not need them for lemonade, but you're going to have to use them to get your house in order. You're going to have to make some pine sol or something. You're going to have to put them in some mop water and clean up your life because you just went and got sex and you was like, I'm just going to go sleep with her and I'm going to go sleep with him and I got to go find me some sex and I got to go do this and I got to go do that and I want to be in this position and she got to do this and he got to do this and she got to be this tight and he got to be this big and this long and all this stuff. All right. Okay. All right, then. All right, then. You want them to be extra thick, but you want them to be a virgin, too. Oh, okay. Okay. You want them to have all the experience in the world, but then you don't want them to be out in the streets. Oh, okay. All right. Y'all living in La La Land. La La Land. I'll go back to God when I get my life together. You're never going to be able to get your life together by yourself, sis, bro. You're never going to be able to do that. You just need to figure out a time where you can make time for God, all right? Because you're always working, all right? You need to figure out a time where you can make time for God and you need to just decide when you're going to come back home, okay? At any time, when you don't want to play in the city, you don't want to be a city guy or a city girl anymore. No offense. No offense to my girl. I like the chocolate one. The one who rap. I ain't going to say no names. I don't like to say names on here. But name start with my name. I don't think we have the same names. But a name start with a J. That's the one I like, all right? I like. She's beautiful to me. No homo, you know. And that's another thing. You know, just don't do the girls. Just gonna deal with one body part. She only deal with one gender. She's heterosexual. She likes men. All right. Now, do the ladies love Jessica? Yeah. The ladies love, but they respect me. They don't force themselves on. They're different. Like the men, I don't care. But the women, you know, I have moments where they'll say, hey, just, you know, you're beautiful. I just was wondering if you like girls. No, I don't like girls. But I appreciate the compliment. I'm flattered by that. that both sexes like me. But they respect my decision, and even though I don't agree with their decision, it's their life, and I respect them as long as they respect me. And so, like I say, we have different views, but at the end of the day, it's all love over here. You're still gonna do what you're gonna do. I may not agree with it, but you can always come and have coffee with me. We can always talk. You can give me a hug. We don't have to do the word that rhymes with hugs, but you can give me a hug. No homo. And if you ever need somebody to talk to, no matter what you do, no matter what you engage in, even if you do the word that rhymes with hugs, just come talk to me. Especially if there's something that you're trying to not do anymore, you can come talk to me. I talk to all walks of life. I don't judge people, but I do give my judgment with grace and mercy and truth. I don't do it to try to hurt you. I don't do it to try to make you feel bad. I do it to try to make you think about the decisions that you're making in your life. Because not with all things, but I've been there in a lot of ways. I've had a lot of experiences with my life, and I have a long way to go. And so I know that as I go through life, life is about helping people. Life is about love. Life is about relationships. Life is about seeing things with different perspectives. And at the end of the day, understanding the truth by seeing the reality of what things really are and not what you want them to be. And so, with that being said, no matter who you are, you can be black, white, red, yellow, purple, or brown. You could be whatever gender. You could be whatever sexual preference you have, whatever ethnicity you have, whatever religion you practice. You do not have to be Christian. You could be Muslim. You could be a Buddhist. You could practice Hinduism. I do not care, just as long as you come to me with respect. We could talk about our differences in a respectful, mature manner. So, I really appreciate it. I'm just saying that I want you to have the understanding that I might not agree with everything that you do or everything that you say, or I might not agree with how you live when it comes to certain aspects of your life. But I have to also have the understanding that you might not agree with everything when it comes to certain aspects in the way that I live my life and the views that I have and the things that I speak on and the things that I believe in. And that's understanding. But as long as at the end of the day, when it comes to our differences, that we can agree enough to support each other because it makes sense to. It helps us to get along. And as long as we have love for each other at the end of the day, that's what's going to conquer all the differences. That's what's going to bring us together. That's what's going to make ideas come to the table that can benefit everybody. Where the things that we have when it comes to each other, especially when it comes to coming together on truth and love with grace and mercy despite of our differences, that's what's gonna make things last for the long haul, and not just for me and you, but for everything when it comes to this world and living in this thing called life. What is that? Just our community, our neighborhoods, our county, our state, our nation, our children, our family, the jobs that we go to every day, the dreams that we want to pursue and make come true. So, that's all that I have to say. I'm pretty sure, I know. I don't have to be sure. I know it was probably all over the place, but I always try to bring it back together and try to keep it as solid as I can. But look, we're breaking down a lot of parts. But at the end of the day, I hope that you got something out of it. And I love you. And God loves you too. Until next time, darling, be you. Be great. Be good.